Well, hey girl, if you're wanting to learn how to pencil in thin eyebrows, then you're in the right place. Eyebrows have always been a challenge for me, and I learned some techniques recently that actually pulled me away from my stencils, and I want to show you a little bit more about how I'm actually doing my brows these days. So stay tuned, it's coming your way right now. Well, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here for a bit, if you are new, I am super pumped that you're here today. My name is Lauren, and my channel is all about making beauty easy for the girl who thinks that she can't, both internally and externally. My hope today is that you will consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so that you can get alerts every single time I upload new videos, which is every single Friday, every third Thursday, and every fourth Tuesday of the month. Well, today we are talking a little bit more about eyebrows. I think this will be my third eyebrow video that I've had on my channel. But as y'all know, if you've been following my channel for a long time, I truly hate doing eyebrows. They're not fun, they're not easy for me, and I'm a huge proponent or supporter, however you want to say that, of stencils, and these have been my go-to for the last year and a half. Well, recently I had a friend of mine who is a professional makeup artist, and one day we went to her house and we literally spent 4.5 hours playing in makeup. It was super fun, but she was teaching me about eyebrows, and the things that she taught me, I knew most of them, but there was one key trick that she taught me with eyebrows. And so today, as I walk you through the tutorial of doing my brows, I'm gonna show you that one trick that completely changed my life and actually has had me retiring my stencils. I have not used these in months. I'm just freehanding my brows now with a NYX small pencil, the micro pencil, which is basically a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's way less than 20 bucks, lasts you a little bit longer. And then of course adding some fake little hairs and some nice crisp lines on the tails and stuff with a pomade and a brush. So I wanna show you how to do that, so let's go ahead and roll into it right now.
All right, so the first thing I do is always brush the hairs upward. This just kind of helps to tame them. You know how it is. You get up in the morning, you got crazy brow hair. Okay, so what you're gonna do is we're gonna make 3 different tick marks, is what my girlfriend called them. And we're gonna take the pencil from the edge of our nose and put it straight up to the highest point of the brow and make a mark. And then the same thing. Take your pencil from the edge of your nose and bring it over to the end of your eye, and that's where your second tick mark goes. Same thing on this eye, highest point of the brow. We're gonna make our mark. And then at the lowest point there, from the nose over. Now, this next point that we make is the most crucial one that is so interesting. So she taught me that if I will go from the opposite eye, the corner of my eye, and I will take my pencil and make a diagonal line, that's where the lower portion of that last line that you draw should go. And that has been the biggest game changer for me in doing my brows like this, because my problem is I was either going down too low, it wasn't straight, it was almost like I couldn't see that line without using that pencil to actually figure out where it should go shape-wise. And then all you do is connect the dots and fill them in. All right, same thing here, guys. We're just gonna connect those lines, and then we're going to fill them in and create our diagonal line from inner corner to the other side. And that tip right there was the biggest game changer. I knew about making the tick marks on the highest point of the brow and then taking your pencil and bringing your pencil over for the lowest point of the brow, but it was always that underneath section that I had the most trouble with. So I'm really glad that she taught me this, because it has helped me to freehand my brows like a freaking champ. Now I will say this, they didn't come out as perfect as they normally are for this video, and I noticed it after I was editing, but I was like, meh, oh well, you guys get the idea. My left one just was a little bit more intense. So I would say that focus on what I did more on the right side as far as like an overall look. And the main thing you want to know is this is simply just practice. You get better at it and it will, come together more with time. The other thing that I didn't show, it's just something that I recently started doing, is after I create the fake hairs, which you'll see coming up here in just a second with like a pomade, I will actually take a Q-tip and smudge that front just a little bit to make it look a little bit more natural and less dense up front on those front hairs. And that really helps to create a more natural look, which I absolutely love. So just try that too, and that should help you out a ton.
Feel love,
Alright, so I've got my makeup on for the day, and now I'm going to show you exactly how I add the little hair strokes. Normally with a light makeup look like this, where I just really don't have on a whole lot, some days I would not even do this, but just so you can see how to do it, if you want to make them just a little bit more crisp and precise and add a few more add a few more hairs, you can do that. So I have a MAC 263 brush. This is my favorite brush for doing brows. It is super small, it is super thin, and it is super precise, and I love this brush, so I'll link it for you down below. And then I use this CoverGirl brow gel. This has been something that I actually ran out of the old brow gel that I used by Milani, and they didn't have it anymore at the store I was at least that day. I found this and I kind of fell in love with it. It is really dark, so I do have to go a little bit lighter, but the lighter color, the shade down from this, is too light, if that makes sense. So I just kind of wing it, if you will. I guess that would be, I was gonna say no pun intended, but we're not talking about liner. Anyway, so what I'll do is just dip my brush in there, and I get a pretty good amount on the brush, and then I'll just like wipe off the excess. And again, I think I show this in every video where I use one of these brushes, but I always take my fingers like that and run down the bristles so that they're really thin and just even. So what I'll do is I'll start with my right eye first. That brow went on a little better today. So what I'll do is I always touch the bottom of my lip, and then I will just flick the hairs upward. Just like that. And then if there's any parts in the brow that are kind of sparse from the pencil that just didn't get enough pencil, then I'll just lightly do the same thing. And I usually crisp out this bottom tail down here. I just always do that because for whatever reason the gel is just a little bit more, it gives a more like defined line, and I like that better. And I do not conceal, by the way. I don't use concealer underneath. I don't do any of that. I just don't like it. I feel like it looks too manicured. So I just like mine to be a little bit on the messy side, if you will. I feel like that looks more natural to me. So that's just my preference. So I'll do the same thing here. And any areas, it's usually right in here where I kind of miss with the pencil. And then I'll just bring that line down a little bit more and crisp it out. And that is really, that's it. So that's all I do, and this has actually worked a lot better for me than the stencils. I've gotten pretty good at it. Some days it's not as perfect as other days, but you know the idea. Again, I say this all the time, and I'm sure you've heard it if you've watched YouTube for any length of time. Your brows are supposed to be sisters, not twins. It's difficult to want to make them twins, but they don't need to be. So they just need to look like sisters, okay? So try that and see if that works. And I hope this helped you out so much. Let me know down in the comments. I would love to know what your favorite brow pencil is. And of course, if you use a brow gel like this one, what your favorite is that you use. And let me know down in the comments if you try this and it works. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel, I hope that you'll do that now. And of course, connect with me on social media. It is one of my favorite places to connect with you. And until next time, I will see you in my next video. #Reform Tomboy Family. I'll see you soon.
Feel love. Feel love. Feel love. Feel love.